What's up everybody, welcome back to The Art of Crypto, the best place for you to learn crypto trading and crypto investing. Now, in the last video, if you remember, I called that Unfi USDT would break out of this massive falling wedge after retesting a support line at about here. And look exactly what happened. Boom, breakout. You would have hit 3 of my targets, so I told you to buy the retest here. And if you did, boom, you would have been up 30%. Now, if you also remember, in my first ever video on YouTube, I called that AVAX USDT would look extremely bullish for the month of April. At the time that I called it, it was about 31, and right now, if we just go over to AVAX, boom, from my point of entry, you would have been up 30% as well. And also, here is a quick little update for all of those who decided to take my AVAX trade. You would be up quite a lot right now, but at the moment on the 4-hourly market cipher, we are sort of at a top. So expect a little bit of downside, but for all we know, it might just come down to form this kind of cup and handle pattern, which is extremely bullish, in which case the next target for the breakout of the cup and handle would be about $50 AVAX. So just look out for that. Expect a little bit of downside in the short term, but overall, as long as it doesn't break the 200 SMA, as long as it doesn't break the 50 SMA, we are good to go. All right. And now for today, we will be taking a look at a coin called TCT USDT. Now this is just going to be a quick little video, but this is what I am seeing. So if you've ever heard of a pattern called the Adam and Eve, it is something like this, where you have a sharp bottom and a rounded bottom. This one would be your Eve and this one would be your Adam. Usually the breakout target of this kind of a breakout would be from here to here, and that would put us at 11.1166. That would be the breakout target if we get an Adam and Eve formation. But in the event that we do not get Adam and Eve, we could be looking at a different pattern, which is more of a bull pennant that looks something like this. Either way, a bull pennant, it's still a bullish signal. So the breakout target, if it does break out, I don't know exactly when it will break out, but let's just assume that it will be here. It would still bring us back to around the same point. Now, not only that, at the moment, the reason why I believe it's so bullish is because if the price really does decide to break lower, and if the price decides to invalidate our bull pennant, the price would come down to test the 200 exponential moving average. That's the purple line here, right? So if it does hold, then we would get a falling wedge, which is also a bullish signal. So this is what I'm looking at for TCT right now. Now, if you want some profit-taking targets, we use one of my favorite tools, which is Fibonacci retracements. So we go from the most recent swing top to the most recent swing low, and that would give us profit targets of right, look, this is beautiful, right? This is textbook. 1.618 level, that is exactly where everything else, the falling wedge breakout, the Adam and Eve breakout, the bull pennant breakout, all of them leads to 0.1126, 1125-ish, but 112 level. These will be your profit taking targets. So just mark down these levels on your own chart so that you may refer to them. These tend to act as a, as a good support resistance. So I expect the price to find a little bit of resistance at the 0.5 level, the 0.618 level, 0.786 level, etc. Or it might just bust through all of those and go straight to our ultimate target, which is 0.112. Now, this all only applies, again, I want you to wait for confirmation, because all of this only applies if we get the rounded bottom / bull pennant / falling wedge. Either way, I do not expect TCT to fall much lower than the 200 exponential moving average, but at the moment, on the 4-hourly chart, it is looking like money flow might curve more into the red, which means we might be expecting a little bit more downside, perhaps to retest the 200 EMA. If it does successfully hold above the 200 EMA, I would look to buy at around this level, I would say. It depends on where the 200 EMA is, but I would definitely look to get in if there is a successful test of the 200 EMA. Now, moving on, we can also see that in the 1 hour market cipher, money flow has been in the red for some time, and it is clearly curving into the green. So this is what is giving me a little bit of hope. This is what is giving me some optimism as to the price rising. But either way, at the moment, we have multiple possibilities that TCT could take, and most of these possibilities point towards the bullish direction. And just to repeat, that will be a bull pennant, that will be a Adam and Eve, and that will be a falling wedge, all of which are bullish and all of which gets invalidated as long as we break below the 200 EMA. So the perfect entry point would be at the level it's currently at. It might already be a perfect entry point, but optimally you would want to get in at the test of the 200 EMA, because that's a very safe entry, especially on the 4-hourly 200 EMA. That usually holds as very strong dynamic support in an uptrend. So entry number 1, look for the 200 EMA. Entry number 2, if this really breaks, if this really truly, so if you remember on the 1-hourly, we are seeing that money flow is curving into the green, which means we are expecting upside. So if this really does pop right now, I would look to buy the retest of a 50 exponential moving average or a 21 exponential moving average on the 4-hourly, and you can set your stop loss right below either one of the 21 or the 50. So the profit taking targets, as usual, use Fibonacci retracement from the most recent, or at least the most significant, swing top to swing low, and there you have your targets. Mark your targets, but the ultimate target would be at about 0.112, but we might not get there. Expect resistance on the way up, but it is looking bullish, and I hope it works out for you. Let me know if it works out for you. And right now I am signing off. May the gains be with you, and peace.